wake of riots around downtown Seattle. We're hearing more about the damage, we're seeing the damage, and we're also hearing it from the Downtown Areas Association. President and CEO Jon Scholes joining us here this morning. Good morning to you, Jon.
Good morning.
So, Jon, obviously you're seeing the same damage that we're looking at here this morning with our crews on the scene. Can you tell me what your immediate reaction is to what happened last night?
Well, it's a very sad night for the city of Seattle, and there's a lot of anger and pain across our community and across our city, and legitimately so, around the killing of George Floyd. But the folks who came downtown last night and infiltrated peaceful protests to engage in violence and property destruction and put the lives of first responders and their fellow Seattleites at risk did nothing to advance the important cause around racial justice in our country. And so today we need to pick up the pieces, and that's what's taking place today in downtown, with lots of folks with brooms and garbage bags and dustbins in their hands, picking up the pieces literally. And we need to restore the peace to our city and come together around the real issues that we face and the real issues that those peaceful protesters came down yesterday to address.
Yeah, now, I know the Downtown Business Association as it is, and businesses down there have been hurting. I mean, we know that COVID has really had an impact on all of our businesses, but the downtown core has really been struggling over the last couple of years with crime and different issues out there. Jon, can you talk about how this kind of sets you back a little bit?
Well, I was staring through the broken window of one of our retailers with their merchandise all over the floor and the sidewalk, and they had a sign inside that said, stay apart, respect 6 feet social distancing. So they were preparing to reopen as we enter, hopefully, phase 2 here in King County. They were putting in place provisions so that they could open their doors back up, get their workers back in there, and welcome back customers. And so this is a big setback. They're in the middle of the toughest economic crisis we've seen in our city in 100 years. So this is a really tough moment. And then to have the destruction take place last night sets them further back. But it's great to see so many people in our community come out and folks coming together to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, we're seeing
a peaceful city.
Yeah, and we're seeing that, right? We're seeing these people coming together and responding to this. And speaking of responding, can you talk a little bit about the police response, the response from first responders yesterday? I mean, at the beginning, when this was really, really escalating, you're kind of hard pressed to find a lot of law enforcement out there. So can you talk a little bit about the response, Jon?
Well, I think clearly the folks who came down yesterday to cause a lot of destruction and violence, they had their day, and they had their afternoon and late into the evening. They had their day in our city, and nobody wants to see that. So I think it is prudent to develop a full assessment of what was known and the resources that were deployed and how they were deployed, so we can learn and go forward. It'll take time to do that. Right now, we need to come together as a community, pick up the pieces, and ensure peace in our city. And I was out today with the mayor and the chief and the police and the fire chief and other city leaders. And that's what we're doing today, and that's where I think we need to be focused on today.
Yeah, we're obviously hoping that this doesn't continue again for a third night tonight. Jon, any indication that this could be a situation again for you guys tonight?
We sure hope not. I hope that we can restore the peace to the city of Seattle and that we can come together as a community to work on those real issues that hundreds, if not thousands, of folks came down peacefully yesterday to our downtown to address and bring attention to.
All right, Jon Scholes with us this morning from the Downtown Business Association. We appreciate you here this morning. Stay safe out there. We'll continue to follow up with you. We do want to check in on that weather forecast now with Grace. Hi, Grace.